One of my favorite sayings is, whether you can or you can't, you're always right. Having self-confidence, I think, is something that everybody struggles with at one point in their life. When you're young, when you're a kid, you kind of have fearless confidence. But as you get older and as things happen to you in your life, you may lack confidence in certain cases. When I was growing up, I was kind of trying to figure out a way to fit in. Everybody goes through the experimental phase when they're a kid, trying different looks, trying different styles, trying different walks, different attitudes. You want to be part of the team, you want to be accepted, and I think you find yourself trying to be like them. As you get older, you realize a lot of times the cool kids are only the cool kids because they told you they were cool. They have this confidence that you want, that you need, but when you push for confidence, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. And it never really got me where I wanted to be. I never felt that way. You learn a lot through that. But confidence to me is believing in yourself. One thing that really helped me was when I did go out and I'd get in front of people and I'd get a really positive response. There was a point in my life where that meant the world to me. Being a musician growing up, being an entertainer, I was kind of forced to get in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. I could be two completely different people on different nights, and it's really reading the crowd and seeing how people are responding. I'd feel anxiety, I'd feel stress, my leg would start shaking. One thing that I found that I know helped me was just being true to myself and being who I am. I found that when I wasn't trying to be somebody else, people were more receptive to it. I also found that being who you are was something that was hard to figure out. Sometimes I say, once you figure out who you are not, you can really start to figure out who you are. One thing that I found that I know affected me, that got in my way of believing in myself, is really the people I was surrounding myself with. You really want to be around people that believe in you. That's okay if it's not that many people. It's not a numbers game. You are better off having one or two people in your life that you believe in and they believe in you than having 20 friends that you don't even like hanging out with. Once you start building those people around your life, it's a lot more fulfilling, and it really does help your self-confidence because you know that they're in your corner and they know that you'll drop anything to be there for them. The biggest thing is you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. After you've done it enough times, after you've been empowered by this, you almost look for the next thing that you can do that's gonna make you awkward. You start to embrace it, you start to enjoy it, and then you start doing more things. You start being more creative, you start speaking up. Even when I'd mess up in front of people and I'd be making announcements or anything, my way to combat that if I did mess up was to be honest and acknowledge it on the mic and crack a joke about it, and then everybody else just kind of let it go. These kinds of things get easier the more that you actually address them. These things get easier the older that you get. You realize the people that you've put in your life, that you trust, that you accept, they accept you no matter what. Once you can realize that you have done it, that you have pushed through it, the fear slowly goes away. I'm finding that the more I go through these things and the older I get, the more experiences I go through, you're a little bit more humbled, and you don't need that positive feedback all the time. As you get older, I mean, it still means a lot to you, but I feel like it was filling a void before. Once you find out that you're standing in your own way and you figure out how to combat that, that's when you really progress. Just being aware of that lets you know more of who you are, and that's what built confidence for me.